What becomes of a grand alliance when its heirs face the hardest test of legacy? Capitan Jenny Lopez and John Gokongwei once stood side by side, orchestrating one of Philippine banking's most significant exits. Their joint sale of PCIBank in 1999 was, at first glance, classic family capitalism. Calculated, strategic, a graceful redeployment to new pursuits. But history rarely unfolds as neatly as it appears in the moment. The chapters that followed revealed the deeper complexities of inheritance and stewardship. Both families, Lopezes and Gokongweis, returned to their founding passions, media and petrochemicals. For the Lopezes, the story centers on PCIBank, a company once vibrant, now bruised and listing after losing precious rights. For the Gokongweis, petrochemicals became a costly, almost mythical project, absorbing resources and resolve through staggering losses. Yet their journeys, though parallel, diverged in profoundly opposite ways. The Lopezes find themselves trapped not by poverty, but by disagreement. To rescue PCIBank, management asked for a 2 billion peso infusion. What ensued was more than a boardroom debate. It was a feud with the sting of an inheritance quarrel. Leaders split, rival factions formed, and a court battle began. At stake was not just a broadcaster, but the very definition of stewardship within a storied dynasty. Above all, the money became a symbol of trust, of legacy, and of who ultimately gets to decide. Meanwhile, the group's energy crown jewel, First Gen, triggered its own round of family contest after a massive asset sale and reinvestment. As profits travel up the holding structure, each peso becomes more politicized, the process more fraught. The disagreements are no longer simply about funding, they are about control, the meaning of family, and the right to define the future. Across the divide, the Gokongweis demonstrate a contrasting form of vulnerability. Their petrochemical investment was ruinous, billions sunk, debt accumulated, and losses acknowledged. Yet, united in doctrine and action, the family kept pouring in support, absorbing shocks, shutting the project when needed, and then moving on. The financial blow was immense, but the group's cohesion meant the conglomerate could pivot, refocus, even make bold new acquisitions, while others nursed their wounds. The difference is stark. The Lopez's challenge is one of consent. The Gokongweis is one of discipline. One family cannot agree to support even a wounded heirloom. The other, for all its errors, retains the power to sustain sentimental projects and survive their aftermath. In the end, what the PCIBank sale truly exposed was not just liquidity, but the hidden architecture of family capitalism. It is not enough to hold assets. It is not enough to wield financial power. Cohesion, governance, and consent are the quiet forces that determine whether a legacy endures or unravels. The heirs to two great founders now illuminate opposite failures and opposite lessons. For every family enterprise, stewardship means finding the balance between capacity and unity. In today's Philippine business landscape, that balance may be more rare and more precious than ever.